Hello and welcome back. This is Rachel from the Shades of Orange. Today I want to review Raid by K.S. Merbeth, which is a super fun action-adventure story that I received from Orbit Books. This whole book gave me all the feelings of watching a Mad Max movie, which personally I love. If you're not familiar with the plot, this story takes place in a post-apocalyptic wasteland. Something has happened in the world, possibly a nuclear disaster, that has led to total anarchy and society has broken down. This particular story follows a main character, Clementine, who is a kick-butt, tough-as-nails bounty hunter who makes a living tracking down raiders and bringing them in. The story opens with her getting a tip that leads her to track down the king of the raiders in the eastern wasteland, and this is the biggest bounty she has ever gone after, and the story really takes off from there. If you aren't familiar with Raid, I will let you know that it's actually the follow-up or companion novel to Bite by the same author, and this book takes place in the same world. However, Bite follows a different set of characters, a different plot, and so you can read either book in either order, and frankly you won't be confused. It doesn't require any context to start with Raid, and because the stories are generally quite separate, it really won't spoil anything, so you can start with either one. But I enjoyed both of them, and particularly I thought this follow-up was maybe even stronger than the first. One of my favorite aspects about Raid is the main character, Clementine, because she is such a strong female character. Coming from that Mad Max world, I really wanted to read a tough, unapologetic character, and that is exactly who Clementine is. That was my small quibble with the first book, Bite, is that the main character was much more naive and weaker, and Clementine is very much the answer to that. She is just so tough, and if you want a character who is morally gray, is not afraid to take the tough actions, isn't overly emotional, this is a great one to pick up. I just really enjoy those super tough kick-butt characters, and that was exactly who this one was. So really enjoyed that aspect to it. Otherwise, I really want to set you up with the right expectations for this book, because this is a fast-paced story that is completely action-driven. Every chapter is incredibly short, leaving on a cliffhanger, forcing you to keep reading. It's really about the plot, the characters. It's just the kind of book that is just meant for pure entertainment. It really did feel like reading a movie. There is so much action happening on the page. There's tons of violence, gore, and language, which works really well given the seriousness of the subject matter. But it's just fun, and if you're looking for a literary dystopian, this is not it. This is not the next Station 11, and frankly, I'm happy that it's not, because that is not the book I wanted to read. I picked this up when I was in a little bit of a reading slump, and this was exactly the cure I needed. It was the immersive, fun experience I was looking for, and if that's the kind of book you're in the mood for, that's the time to pick up this book. This would be perfect for a plane ride when you need a book that's just going to pull you in and keep you hooked, because I just inhaled this. I read this over a couple of days because I did not want to put it down and just crushed it. So you can probably tell that I really enjoyed this story, so I do want to recommend it to the right audience, and that would be anyone looking for just a really fun, fast-paced adventure story. Again, if you're looking for flowery writing or a literary analysis of humanity, this is not the book to pick up. This is the book that I want to read, and it was just a blast. I really enjoyed these books. I read the last one last summer, and I really hope there's another follow-up because I'm just loving this series. It's one of those books that is just so much fun to come back to this world, this wasteland, and Merbeth is a talented writer in the way that she's good at writing stories that have some tropes, but she always teases her audience a little bit. And just when I think she's going down a particular road, she's really good at switching it up. So I do appreciate an author that can kind of twist things around and really play with the genre a little bit and make sure that it's a little bit unpredictable and at the same time exactly what you would expect. So those are my thoughts about Raid by K.S. Merbeth. If you're interested in hearing more about her debut novel, Bite, I did a separate review of that last year, which I'm going to link over here. And I'd love to know if you've read this one. If you have any questions, don't be shy to leave them down below. And I will talk to you again soon in another video. Thank you. Goodbye.